had no idea about film. Like, none of us had ever really done a film before. We were very excited about the premiere and just kind of thought, oh, well, this is nice. We've got a fan base that might go and watch it. Hopefully they'll enjoy it, and that was about it, really.
It was all a bit of a whirlwind. We thought the first film would do well, but obviously never on the scale that it did do.
It was just kind of surreal, really. I mean, it's not that we didn't think the film was good or that we didn't think it would find an audience, but I was just very, very grateful, to be honest, to everyone who'd gone to see it.
We did the premiere, and then the whole first weekend went by, and I didn't really think much of it. I was just amazed that I was on, like, a bus.
I just knew that everyone I knew had gone to see it, and I knew that it was difficult to get a ticket to go see it in the cinema.
We got emails from our distributor, Nigel Green Entertainment, a number coming through, and it was about, I don't know, £500,000, I think. And I remember thinking, well, that's a disaster, that's worse. We're never going to cover our budget, this has gone worse than I possibly could imagine. And then it was only the next day it was explained to me, after I sent some panicked emails, that actually that was for that night, and it was actually going incredibly well.
Sort of remarkable few days watching the totals roll in.
No, I have no idea where I'm aiming this.
On that first weekend it came out, and it was sort of outselling Cowboys and Aliens. It starred, by the way, Harrison Ford and Daniel Craig. So, literally Indiana Jones and James Bond, and we were sort of outselling them 20-1. That was pretty incredible.
I got a phone call from Damon Beasley, who's now one of the directors, who said, oh, in our first weekend, we've taken £13.2 million. And I was like, is that good? I had literally no idea. He was like, yeah, no, that's the biggest opening weekend of a British comedy of all time, so it's quite good.
It was, lovely to see kind of that team that we'd worked with for so long being rewarded in that way. It was really great.
I had a weird moment when I went to a Millwall game, and they play 5 minutes down the road from where I grew up. And as I was walking back to the car on the way home from the game, I passed the street that I passed every day to get the bus to school, and there was just a massive billboard of the Inbetweeners movie in my face. That's one of the things that when you were a young actor, just not even at drama school yet or anything like that, that's one of the little small things in your head that you thought, oh, that'd be a really cool thing to happen to me if I had a billboard outside where I grew up, and it actually happened, so that was quite amazing.
Guitar.
I think when we're going into this one, we were really aware of the expectation level, and I don't think we'd have even set out to make another film if we didn't think we had the right story. So I guess for us, it was all about scale and making this movie bigger and better and funnier.
Are you going to get on the bus?
Backpacking felt like the sort of thing that these characters could all do, that people do at that age, British people do, and so it felt realistic, it felt grounded in a world that the audience would recognise and that the characters, I think, would be part of. So Australia backpacking it was.
Action. Greetings, Muggles.
Favourite song?
I don't know, mate. I couldn't pick one favourite song.
You heard of Bugging by Daniel Bedingfield?
This picks up sort of 6 months after the first film finished. 4 of us have all gone our separate ways. So Will and Simon are at university, but different ones. Neil's got a job.
Jay is over in Australia. Neil hasn't seen him for a while. Probably doesn't see a huge amount of the other lads, but goes and visits them occasionally, has a pretty crappy night with those guys, and just realises how much he misses Jay and how much they should go and visit Jay.
Action.
Get off, it tickles! Stop it!
To get DX, aka Buster, to lick my prosthetic testicles / inside of my leg. What he really enjoys is in this tub here. Is it dog food? Is it dog biscuits? No? It's butter, but with anchovies in it. So right now, there's quite a waft coming up from under my skirt.
You know how much I worry, so I've got you a special holiday gift.
Oh, thanks, Mum. Do you want me to open it? Seems a bit overwrapped, but shall I try it now?
Because that's going to take all day.
It's impossible to open. It's literally impossible to open.
It's going well?
It's... A rape alarm. What do you think is going to happen to me?
Well, but I think you might get raped. Sweetie, it's much better to have a rape alarm and not need it than to get gang raped by... Don't do that.
So early.
Embarrassingly, I went to the Edinburgh Festival about, I don't know, must have been 8, 9 years ago, and I went to see the Cambridge Footlights, and it was so appalling that I walked out, but it involved walking across the stage to get out, and I had to walk past the actor on stage. It turns out, little did I know, the actor was Simon Bird, and I had to literally push past him to get out of the door, and he just went, oh. I feel so guilty about that. In fact, I always thought I'd never tell him, but then I realised it was him. It suddenly, I think after about 2 years of working with him, I went, oh my God, it's you.
Balls.
I was thinking to myself, I wonder what they're doing that's taking them so long. Like I said, NBS first to sin number is a location today. C.
All units stand by. Go, go, go.
You be very careful, soldier, OK?
Your mum looks fit when she cries.
Thank you.
I bet she looked amazing when your dad left her.
Brilliant. If I wasn't the fictional dad of Neil in the Inbetweeners, I'd probably want to be the fictional dad of Daffy Duck. There's money there, and there's better behaviour, basically.
Where's the tattoo?
I went to the hairdresser before I came in today. Just went for a new do, just fancied something a bit different. Yeah, this isn't a wig. This is all real. It's not all real. There's bits of fake hair woven into my hair, but it's really, really painful. I don't know why anyone on earth would want to have this done to their hair. That's as far as my head can move forward, because it's pulling the back. And the lady that was doing it, she kept asking me to put my head back so she could do it. Now I can't put my head forward because I was getting it done like that. I can feel my head pulsing.
What's happened to me since I first appeared in the Inbetweeners? Well, I suppose it was my first proper job, really. It was the first proper telly job that I ever did, because I was a real teacher before I played this psychopath. The only other bit of telly I'd done is an advert where I dressed up as a Victorian cricketer.
What's happened to me since I first appeared in the film? This. This is quite nostalgic being back here, because this is where it all began. So much has happened. Like, I don't work in a call centre anymore. Yeah, this is kind of where it all began and where I first met Ian and Damon and how it all started with Inbetweeners and then Drifters. So it's exciting. What I'm definitely not going to do is take this opportunity to plug my television series, Drifters, available on DVD. Why would I do that?
In the first film, the opening shot was started in the sky, swooped down over the houses, over the estate where the boys live, through the window into Jay's bedroom, and that's all one shot. And that was sort of quite difficult and quite ambitious. So this time we've gone even more. We've pushed it even further in that there's this whole email sequence.
Email from Jay. What does it say?
That I'm saying, this sort of monologue that I'm saying directly to the camera as the camera follows me through, you know, and all these things that I'm talking about how amazing Australia is going on.
I am now their premier #1 DJ. Going by the name of DJ Big Penis, which everyone agrees is the perfect name.
An imaginary cock that's going to fall to here. It's going to react to James's cock being dropped, okay? Like so. And cock!
Cock has been said so many times today, the word cock. It's completely lost all meaning.
My name is Adam Gascoigne and I'm visual effects supervisor, and we are creating a crowd of thousands for Jay to perform in front of in the club. So we shot the main shot in that main room with a green screen behind and 250 extras, and then we took 100 of those extras and shot them all individually against a green screen. So we can cut them out and make a room full of 10,000. That's the plan.
It was incredibly difficult to shoot and took a really, really long time. You know, it starts off in the beach.
It's certainly much better than when I was going out with Jane, who I now don't think about at all. I'm living near a town called Sydney and working at the most mental club in Australia called Revolutions.
And then I walk into a hut, but that hut is actually a nightclub where Jay's working. And then from the nightclub, he walks into his mansion.
Action!
I've made so much cashola, I've bought myself a mansion. It will come as no surprise to you the number of Aussie birds I'm rooting, which is Australian for nobbing. They're total filth. They fuck like kangaroos, all big teeth, bouncing, and wet pouches. I make love to them using a technique I call the... Oh, no.
There, please.
That was it. That was the bit of it.
He ends up on the balcony.
Basically, everything's much better than when I was with Jane, who, as I mentioned, I don't think about.
So we're filming one of the stunts. It's called a stunt, dropping into a swimming pool. And it's when Jane is so bereft that Jay has dumped her, that she ties a rock around her waist and jumps into a pool.
So I'm basically here for safety and going looked after it in case she hits her head or does something in the water. I'll be there to save her. And just by the way, it's 37 degrees today and most of the crew are pretty jealous, so I've got a pretty good job. Thank you.
And then he ends up punching some koala bears back on the beach on a throne with Neil's dad.
We're about to shoot on the green screen, which is a new technique for the Inbetweeners. Everything in Jay's email sequence we've tried to do in camera, but the very last shot shows Jay walking down the beach, sitting in a throne, and Neil's dad is running up to him on the beach. Unfortunately, we couldn't afford to fly him to Australia, so we are doing that as an effect in London. So if it's not in the film, it didn't work. If it did, you'll understand how we did it, how we used the magic of computers to put Neil's dad into Australia.
I'm really, really looking forward to seeing it, and I really hope it was funny.
Great. Day one, our studio days now in the UK. We're about to film in a teepee, which, to be honest, could be done not in a studio. It's the way we roll. We don't like the outdoors.
It's basically some bits that we're shooting for Australia are actually being shot in England in 3 Mills Studios in East End of London.
So in the other room, in the other stage, rooms, I call them rooms, I'm experienced. There's a huge set for the Arts Factory Hostel, which exists in by
It's a
Remain.
pretty good copy of it, actually.
Yeah.
We just couldn't film there. One of the reasons we couldn't film there is it's so noisy at night, not just with travelling youngsters, but animals.
Fauna.
The fauna are unbelievable. The frogs, the cicadas, and they make it almost impossible to film at night in Australia, it turns out.
And also, no one wants to shoot at night. That's basically
boring, isn't it?
We're all about the shortcuts.
Think of a negativity and burn it. What's your negativity? Narrow-mindedness.
Yeah. What's your negativity?
Oh.
Come on.
Negativity?
Yes, which one?
Just negativity.
Well, it's a ceremony based on a Temascal ceremony, which is a ancient Mayan cleansing ceremony. But people do it all around the world. You can do one in Kent if you're interested. Something I did once in Mexico with my wife, which was one of the most awkward and terrible experiences of my entire life. I thought I was going to die of embarrassment, actually. It was so awful, talking about my feelings in a tiny tent that was heated like a sauna with some strangers who were supporting me, which has made it even worse. Will gets caught in the middle of an incredibly awkward ceremony, really.
So you keep saying. Well, in that case, I'd like to throw the poor and disadvantaged onto the fire. And the homeless, the handicapped, and babies. Yes, spazzy little African babies.
This set, which is actually in a studio in Bromley by Bow in London, represents Byron Bay, which is a beautiful resort on the east coast of Australia.
I haven't been here yet, so let's take the tour. That's really good, because they've made that look exactly like a picnic table with a bench.
How did they get the sand in? They probably brought it over on a boat from Australia.
Yeah, because it has to be Australian sand.
Those are yoga classes. They're not really happening. It's nice, sort of Balinese soundscape. Shall we go and hide ourselves in the bushes? The bush around the pussies.
But I couldn't live like this. Where are you going to put your 40-inch with a PlayStation in there? I mean, it's just not... I mean, you're not going to get much FIFA done in there, are you?
Everything from here on. That is Australia. This is now real Australia.
Because actually the border runs through the studios. Yeah. Shall we wait for David to go and then maybe go on the sex swing over there?
Yeah.
You go on that?
Yeah.
Action!
Oh, no. Why is there always some cunt with a guitar?
If anyone starts playing the bongos, I'm leaving.
If the bongos start, I'm burning the place down. If the bongos start, I'm running away.
Open your minds, guys.
So the line completely wrong.
There's a shop in Byron Bay on the main strip, which these days must be worth a fortune, that spot, that sells just bongos and beads, and it's called Bongos and Beads, and it is still going, and it didn't open yesterday and close the day after tomorrow. It's literally still going. It just sells bongos and beads.
Katie? Enjoy the trip?
Are you okay here?
Yep, totally fine. Good one, man. Oh, Jay, you know Jane's in Australia, right?
What? Who?
Maybe she's come to get you back.
She should be so lucky. You know the first rule of Banter Brigade.
You only allowed one fatty?
Ha! No. That is a very funny joke, but no.
What is it again? I know it, but I just forgotten for a minute.
All the F's.
Oh, yeah, find them, fuck them, forget them.
No, Neil, all the F's. Find them, French them, get them frothy, finger them, frig them, flange them, film them, flick them, fanny fart them.
Flick them?
Yeah, bean flicking. Fuck them, frot them, fist them, felch them, finish with them, and then finally forget about them. Just like what I done with Jane, or whatever her name was.
Oh, fuck off. Oh, fucking leave me alone. Oh, my God, do I really have to marry that lunatic? Well, I've asked her, so yes, I have. God, how has this happened? Oh, fuck! I'm a fucking mess. She's just texted me a picture of a cake. Pictures. Cake pictures.
Designs.
Cake designs.
Dr. Doobs prescribes a toke of Jesper's finest. Friend with weed is a friend indeed.
A slight early midlife crisis, and she wants to find herself and possibly have the experience of travelling that she didn't do when she was 18 or 19. She wants to hang out with the kids and get stoned.
Oh, God. This is what it's all about.
That's midlife crisis, isn't it?
Go for it. Thanks, man.
Slight change in mood, but yeah, hope you like it.
The first time ever I saw your face.
I had some guitar lessons, which ultimately was totally unnecessary because on the day when you're filming, they just pipe in somebody else playing the guitar, so I didn't really need to learn. And the singing was, well, as I imagine it will be in the film, just incredibly embarrassing. They made me sing it about sort of 3 octaves higher than I was comfortable with.
Your face, your face, your face, your face, your face.
It was a very long and humiliating day.
It's weird, I don't like it.
Nowadays I sing as a joke, but when I was a teenager I was in a band where I sang not as a joke, or not as a joke to me, maybe as a joke to the 6 or 7 people sometimes who attended our gigs, some of whom were in my immediate family. My band was called Seamus Speaks. We had a song called 4 Men, 1 Robot, which was based on an idea for a play that my friend had, where there were 5 people on stage and one of them was a robot, and the idea was, doesn't sound like, this isn't how plays work. The audience had to guess which one the robot was. But that isn't a play, that's a game.
This is Uncle Brian's house, which we've built. All the exterior stuff of that, all the stuff that has been shot of us coming out the house or being in the tent or, you know, driving away from the house, that was an Australian house. And so this has been built now so that we can actually film inside and do all the interior scenes.
Can't believe you come at me, nutsack.
You're nutsacks. I can't believe we're the same species. I mean, look at him. Weedy and retarded.
We've been very lucky that David Field's going to play my uncle, and he's basically like an Australian acting legend. Like, he's in pretty much every single film in Australia.
If I had a Sheila like that, I wouldn't leave her side. You get married, right?
Oh, no.
No, fuck me, mate. Look at that, then look at you. I mean, you could live to be a big and you never root better than that.
When Jay comes to Australia, he lives with Uncle Brian, and the scene we've just completed is the showdown scene just before the end of the film at my house. So yes, in this scene there's several physical altercations, one between Jay and I, where Jay attempts to knock me out, and then I proceed to have a fight with my cousin, his father, which pretty well helps conclude the scene. I didn't know anything about these guys, I didn't know anything about this production, the TV show, nor the first film when I went in to see both the lads about the project. When I got the job, I thought, oh, I better find out what this is about. I remember my wife saying to me, so, have you read the script? I said, yeah. She said, is it sexist shit? And I said, yeah.
Oh, about you chasing the fat chicken, yeah? You're lucky Fatty Boom Boom didn't eat you out there in the desert.
So I thought I'd better do my homework. So I went and watched the first film, and both my wife and I sat and laughed for an hour and a half. So it was obvious that the formula and the way these guys, you know, have formulated their comedy over the years from the beginnings of the show, and I watched quite a few episodes of the show as well, is honed, and you know, it's very, very clever stuff. And it's really quite extraordinary to work with people so loose and joyous on set. They don't seem to be stressed at all. It's really rare and wonderful, and it's great to be doing comedy again. I mean, I've done so much drama, sort of heavy stuff like the Chopper type stuff that, you know, for me it's a really great thrill to come and work on a set like this.
Mr. Gilbert? I've just had my first on-screen kiss. It was odd. My first on-screen proper snog, and it was supposed to be creepy. If anyone, when you watch the film, if anybody thinks, oh God, it must be so creepy snogging Greg Davies, it was supposed to be creepy. And in fact, in real life, snogging me is incredible. I was the first person to be cast in the Inbetweeners just because I was in the pub with the 2 writers. It's nothing to do with my skill. I just happened to catch them after their 4th pint. Hey, you could be in it. That was my casting.
playing some beautiful lady boys.
You don't.
And I have a lovely, tidy, circumcised one. It's even got real hair on it. It feels very realistic. It does itch a bit though.
My penis, personally, is massive. And it might have some herpes here. I'm not sure though. But I think the boys liked it anyway.
So I've just been wearing this. Mine's probably the heaviest. It's really fat and we had to staple it onto my knickers. Yeah, and it's wet, if you can see that. And it's really warm now.
I had a lot of fun wearing this little guy and I named him Tommy. I forgot I was wearing it for a while.
It's a good experience. They're heavy. Yeah, I don't know how you guys do it.
It was fun being a man for a day. I enjoyed it.
Cool.
We're in Sheerness in Kent. This scene is Simon's going out into the ocean, sea kayaking, because he's basically been coerced into it by a beautiful girl, Katie. And we've taken Simon Bird down here to do his own stunt. So that's never happened on an Inbetweeners TV series or a movie, because normally he's sick whenever we ask him to do anything. It's difficult because Simon's such a brilliant oarsman, and it's very difficult to make him look like an amateur, but he's pulling it off quite successfully. He's had lots of training. Couldn't be going better, I'd say.
Great, Simon. Thank you.
Sydney Opera House was great. I absolutely loved it. I've never been to Australia before, so Sydney Opera House was like this iconic thing that I had in my head, and it didn't really let me down.
Sydney was incredible. It's an amazing city. It's got everything. It's beautiful. It's really cool. Lots of amazing restaurants and bars, and yeah, I'd happily live there.
You'd go in there for $50.
Yeah. If I had a guarantee that was clear, I'd go in for no money at all.
That just looks pretty clear, so I'm guaranteeing you that that's clear there.
Okay, that's a guarantee.
Guys, you can take that to the bank then.
Go on, Daddy, go.
Joe, back you come, sweetie.
Yeah, and as far as the filming goes, yeah, don't worry about that. We didn't really. That wasn't the point of it.
But yeah, no, going over there, I think it's the whole.
Yeah, water as well, please.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
If we've got any like crisps or sweets around as well.
Be a bit quicker. I don't think he even knows where
Haven't
things
got all
are.
day.
Hey, new guy. Where's my water?
Thanks, mate.
See, I need anything else. This feels quite warm.
Seriously, mate, though, we're trying to do a line run, so if you could just.
Yeah.
Is there a pharmacy near here? I just it'd be great if somebody could run and give me some strep tools. I haven't got any money. I'm so sorry.
No, is there?
John,
John.
what was any word on those sweets? Need a bit of blood sugar.
Yeah, I think they'll be a bit later in the day, I'm afraid.
Okay, cheers, John.
All right.
Let me know when they're here.
It's James, by the way. But
do you think he's getting paid at like London rates?
He's probably work experience.
He's probably not even getting paid, to be honest. Yeah. I wonder if he's been in prison or something like that. I don't know whether he's maybe.
Yeah, it could be part of some kind of getting them back to work scheme or something.
I could have finished that. He doesn't know I haven't finished that. No, I mean that box could be empty and the crew would have drunk it.
So guys, let's go for one more final rehearsal.
We were actually only in Sydney for one day's filming, which was basically one scene outside the Sydney Opera House, which is, you know, if you've been there, it's spectacular. What we did during the day is we took out one of these speedboat rides that they do there, where you can bung about 20 people on, and they basically take you around the whole of Sydney Harbour at very high speeds, and they do these like 360-degree turns and stuff. It's a lot of fun, and it's a good way of going around the harbour.
Okay, let's do this. Nice and quiet, guys. Roll down, please. Down speed. Set.
In 3, guys, pay attention to the way the brush. In 3, 2, 1, action.
I've been thinking about it. Do we really need to go to Splash Planet?
Yes, yes we do.
It's so tacky and gaudy and full of idiots.
It's my lifetime's ambition.
You first mentioned it yesterday.
Don't kill my dreams, Will.
Hello, Nutter. You made it.
Do you have to do this?
I was worried we lost you.
Did some filming at Splash Planet.
That was kind of crazy because we had ridiculously early call time, so we'd be getting up at 2:30 a.m, getting into the cars to go to work. We'd see drunken people coming back from their nights out and kind of longingly look at them and be like, oh, we're off to work now, this sucks. So we had poo day. Poo day was a good day, basically where I poo down a water chute, and that follows Will down. I think there's like a chase sequence there, and we had basically chocolate lumps of poo that we had to try and time. I was basically holding them in my pants and then trying to release and let them drop out at the right moment.
It's my bowels, you're disabled! Oh no.
So it was a slightly odd thing to do with your life.
The main sequence we had to film there was obviously the bit where Will gets essentially shit on, and which involved me having to go down the waterside there just over and over again. It was a really tough day's work. I had to go down that waterside like 45 or 50 times.
That's 35 times we've walked up here. I specialise in underwater and surf photography, and today I'm going down the water slide leading the main actor. The actor and myself come together, we lock hands, and I hold the camera between his legs. He kind of grabs me and we just basically slide down together, and as we're going down I'm braking with my legs the whole time to slow us down because we're going so fast. First time I've ever worked with poo.
The poo was, I think, a combination of, there was some chocolate in there, there was lentils, and some sort of oat as well, which sort of bound it all together. So, like a healthy dessert, I suppose. The way it was transferred onto my face, we've got got a very big and experienced makeup team here. It takes, we have to get, each day we film, we get here like an hour early, and they touch up our faces, and obviously there's a lot of work to be done. So you'd expect it's quite an elaborate process to, because they need to match it if we do more than one take, because they want it to look exactly the same. So the way they applied that onto my face was literally just by throwing it as hard as they could at my face.
Poo tube, as we call it, there's a few things. One is it was kind of something that we thought about doing for the first film, and then we realised there was quite a lot of shit in the first film, so we thought we won't do that anymore. So we were looking for we built it up through Neil's irritable bowels as the idea. We didn't know how to end it. We didn't know how to end. We were like, people were like, oh, maybe it could hit Katie, maybe it could go, maybe everyone just runs out like it's Jaws, maybe people do this and that, and maybe it goes into a kid's ice cream was one of the ideas. We went through all these sort of things, and then in the end we were like, well, what probably would happen to you if you were at the bottom of a slide and a poo was coming behind you? Like, well, what would probably happen is at that pace, it would probably hit you. And if you got hit in the face by a poo, what would you do? And I was like, well, you'd start vomiting probably, wouldn't you? You'd probably start vomiting. Joe Thomas, I think, got off pretty lightly this film. Compared to the last one, it wasn't too humiliating.
I'm so sorry if the kids are bothering you.
Oh no, of course not at all. I love kids.
He's a paedophile.
Wait, my friend was joking. I don't love kids. Sir, please.
I got to give a little cheek to a British actor. Yeah, pretty nervous saying the word. Because, not used to throwing that word around. Fuck off, pedo! Fuck off, pedo! Fuck off, pedo! Well, I'm not sure I'm allowed. Mum said I'm not allowed. She's gonna wait till I'm, about 17 until I can watch it, so I haven't got really much of a storyline to think about.
Participating in slavery.
Don't do that. Who was that? All right.
Being in the car is always good fun. Since the yellow cars, that's the in-betweeners sort of staple. That's where we feel safe as a foursome, and it's where we do a lot of sort of mucking about as well.
Oh, God. We're so fucking funny.
It was only right that there should be some sort of funny car that they drive about in Australia.
When we're in the car, we kind of feel a little bit untouchable. So things that we do on set normally that we'd get told off for, if we're in the car, no one can touch us because they're on the low, the big truck pulling us along.
What's it possible? Were you stressing out about every little thing? We've got loads of time. I keep telling you.
I'm looking
And
there.
you keep looking there, do you?
I'm assuming so. I think that's going to move very little, and I'm assuming you've got. Oh, I don't fucking know.
No, no.
Yeah.
It's almost the sort of thing a director would tell you, but...
Yeah.
Really good fun, but just the extremes of Australia was the problem. Just the heat, and you know, you're not allowed to have air conditioning on because you won't be able to hear any of the lines.
Can I ask you to turn off the engine just before we go for it? Sorry, boys. Sorry.
Pretty good. Couldn't laugh. We should probably do another one on the drive just to get some nice background going.
I love that song. I do love it. It's my favourite song.
I forgot. The car provides James with quite an airlocked arena to perform his symphony of farts, and that's something that he really enjoys doing, especially just before action is called, or just on action, basically. So you're acting through his stench. How long have we been driving?
Too long, man.
In general, we always have fun in those car scenes because it's just the four of us, and none of the directors can get at us. We're protected, and we're mic'd up, and everyone can hear us. So we've got like an audience as well, and we're sort of, I suppose, we're sort of natural show-offs.
Got two questions on the car. Three, actually. One, why did you buy it?
Well, I needed a cool set of wheels, so Shano did me a deal.
Two, you do realise there's a large nippled lady painted on the front.
It's cheeky.
Okay. Three, is Shane a big fan of Peter Andre?
He actually is. He loves him. He followed him in this car. Well, he did a tour of Australia and he followed him.
Yeah. And what was on Peter Andre driving?
Andre?
Yeah.
Just had anal.
Did Andre did he orgasm?
Did he? How do you think he gets his hair the way he does?
No one can hear you. They can't even really see you. The joke's drawn on the outside of the car. We're supervising a joke.
James Buckley is a really skilled, proficient stunt driver. Did not know that, and I think that comes from all his time driving vans around Essex when he worked for his friend Ferg, fitting kitchens. But he knows how he can get right up to the like he can get inches behind something and follow it. And I think again that's a very Essex-based skill.
Well played, James.
Applause.
Good bit of driving there. We're in the Gold Coast, and we're basically just spending our time in between scenes covering ourselves in bike cream. I'm not too bad, but Joe, if you'd like to show Exhibit A. 1, 2, 3.
That's three there.
12, 13,
That's a good,
14, 15, 16,
23,
23, 24, 25, 26.
Is that one? 27? That's one.
There you go. So, I mean, over 25 bites on one arm.
It's 27. So that's the.
I've got like 2. James has got a lot on his legs, but then who wouldn't want to bite those sexy pins?
Well, in this area here alone, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
We might have to. You're going to edit this because
So on
It's
two
over
legs
50.
he's got around
It's
about
over
50.
50.
Yeah.
That's the
There's
glamour
probably
of
about
Literally,
film
what is the
business.
fucking point of these animals? Because they've bitten you 50 times. Basically, it's made no difference. He's fine.
I don't know.
I mean, how many times would you have to be bitten to die of that?
This area here has got
But
like
you've
bruised.
fed like a small village of midgets. Yeah, you've fed a small village.
Yeah, wherever they live in.
I was hoping to play Tumnus in the new Narnia movie, so I thought if I just walked around with these on the whole time, I'd be a shoo-in.
Yeah, I don't think Tumnus had that much actually, because he was only a goat.
We'll see you around.
Yeah, great.
When?
Did a lot of filming in Byron Bay, which is, I guess, like the Australian version of Woodstock or something. It's like the centre of the hippie universe, and it's full of people like Ben in the film, white men with dreadlocks, and 50-something hippies who should know better. Not a natural fit for Will, and probably not a natural fit for me, to be honest. But Byron Bay itself is beautiful. But I don't know whether I'm sort of wholeheartedly down with their sort of vibe.
I'll tell you what there is in Byron. A lot of dog shit.
A lot of dog shit.
There's so much dog shit in Byron.
Yeah.
I've trod in shit twice.
Can you give me a hand, Spencer?
You all right there, Joe?
Daddy, this is a common occurrence.
Well, how about we open the hatch? Do you want to open the hatch? Here we go.
Actually stuck.
Oh no, here we go. Fucking hell.
It's like a second birth, Joe.
Yeah, I've got it. Watch yourself. All right?
Yeah,
well done, well done, well
Enjoy
done.
that.
Can't know what happened.
When we stayed in Byron Bay over Christmas, I think I did yoga in the forest every morning. I think there's 5
Oh, yeah.
mornings. The Arts Factory Lodge, when I first visited it on the recce, I was like, oh, this place is a bit... And then after, I'd say 10 minutes, I was like, this place is absolutely lovely. It's totally brilliant. If I was travelling, I'd love to be here. Everyone's really laid back and incredibly nice. Byron Bay is kind of like paradise.
I'm going to get a job working with dolphins. I'm prepared to start at the bottom, work my way up.
Like father, like son. It's Dad's Ben.
Blake's it. Only rule is there are no rules.
No!
Well, do something like that.
No, I like it. No! Just let me cut a ditch!
Alright. Had our fun.
Alright. James Buckley keeps falling asleep on set, so let's go and try and wake him up, shall we?
There's the target, right there. Dun, 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 dun.
James! Scared you? Did not scare you. He didn't even blink.
Oh, I have a little siesta, mate. Come on, piss off.
Murray was much better than I thought it would be. I was quite worried about Murray. I thought that there'd be lots of horrible creepy crawlies everywhere and it would just be blistering heat, and it was still very hot, but it was actually bearable, and there was this amazing hotel / pub that we were staying in, and again it was a real sense of camaraderie with all the British and Australian crew, because it had a bar in it. Everyone kind of convened at the end of the day in the bar and had a really good time.
If you're watching this, crew, on DVD, I closed the bar. Work tomorrow.
Strangest place we filmed was Mari, which is in the outback. Really is completely isolated and a spectacular place, really. At times it was 48 degrees when we were filming, which does seem high. I mean, there's not that many more degrees left before it's like, that is sort of cooking temp. I mean, Heston Blumenthal would cook at 48 degrees. Everyone was staying in the town hotel, the only structure in the town, more or less. There was also no internet or mobile phone, so everyone kind of had to talk to each other like the old days. It was quite jolly, really. It was a bit like being at a kind of role-playing dinner party, like a sort of... It felt old-fashioned, but in kind of a nice way. I mean, that's a reference that's both posh and slightly sort of seedy. So that's me.
I loved it in Mari. I thought it was an amazing experience, and it's not some place that I would have gone. I think it has a population of 65 or something like that.
Action!
Guys! What those people? Nudgies.
I think anyone who writes anything comedic or dramatic, I think, always uses experiences from their own lives.
Nudgies!
We play a game called Nudgies where we nudge each other into people. That's in there.
Ow, doesn't really come off that one. There were downsides, obviously. The flies, the infamous flies.
You would be in the middle of takes and flies would just be everywhere, and you were told by Ian, try not to swat them away because they're hard to see on camera, so it just looks like you're in the middle of talking to someone going like that.
There are a lot of flies, but they're not as bad as everyone says they are. But when we did the technical recce, which was about 3 months ago, then in Broken Hill they were as bad. They were like sort of sticky, and they go for any moisture on your face. So basically, before you know it, they're on your lips, up your nose, in your eyes, and in your ears simultaneously. And to be fair, nothing out here has been that bad, although I have swallowed 3.
You regularly look up and you'll see people with like 60 flies on their back. What's not good is when you get in a car and you're just about to drive off to go to a location and they've done the back thing, so there's 60 on the back and you just think, oh, there's no flies here, and you get in the car and shut the doors and it suddenly there are 4 people getting in at the same time. You've suddenly got 240 flies all just going crazy. Flymageddon, pretty good.
Well, I wouldn't say that my eyes are adjusting particularly well because I'm wearing these terrible sunglasses just because of how squinty and leaky my eyes get in the heat and the sun. So I'm probably not adjusting very well. James having the shits kind of affects all of us as well because he likes to let out quite particularly stinky farts just before someone says action.
Now it's going to backfire.
But by the way, that is not restricted to times at which he has the shits.
I'm too scared to have... No, it's done you a favour that I've got the shits because now I'm too scared to fart and I just feel like I'm going to throw up instead because I have to keep this fart in my stomach. And as you know, I need to fart.
Well, I don't accept that.
I feel sick if I don't fart.
Feel sick then? Yeah, because we all feel sick when you do.
Yeah, 3 against 1.
The only wildlife we've seen is flies, some ants.
We got really excited seeing a grasshopper. That's how kind of dead life is.
Oh yeah, we saw
out
a cricket.
in the desert.
Yeah, that's right.
We saw a cricket, we saw a beetle.
And yeah, if you drive around at dusk or in the night time, apparently you do hit kangaroos, and I don't know where they come from. They come out of nowhere.
In the outback, because it is pitch black and there is nothing, you can't drive at night because of the risk that emus and kangaroos will jump in the middle of the road, smash your car, and then your car will get written off. And we were like, oh, come on, do me a favour. That's never going to happen in a million years. Don't be ridiculous. That's not going to happen. It'll be fine. And then on the first night when we were in Broken Hill, we decided we'd go out to the Monday Plains and see the stars because it's spectacular and see how dark it was because we were looking to film them in the dark. And we literally got 30 seconds out into the outback where there were no lights, and a kangaroo went straight into the 4x4 and dented the whole front of it.
So this is what I mean. We were promised wildlife. Yeah. There's been no wildlife. Yeah. There's been one wildlife representative of the Kingdom of Wildlife. It's dead, and it's a crow, which are available in England, and they're alive in England.
I think this sums up the desert in that during our interview, which is happening now, a dead crow across the road is featured. Is one of the highlights.
One of the attractions. There's the
the whole town turned out for the crow's funeral.
There's a room dedicated to it.
It's the honeymoon suite. Seriously though, I should say the hotel is actually really nice.
Yeah, we've actually had quite a lot of fun. Good dartboard, pool table.
The beer's cold, the women are hot.
And literally sweating.
And the dogs are indifferent. All right, lads.
The dogs
and the crows are dead.
The dogs are a bit There's a lot of there's more dogs than you would expect in this small town. There's about as many dogs as people. They also don't belong to anyone. They come to the pub on their own. The pub has arranged a little package for us to go and camp out. It consists of some utes, utility vehicles, some beers, and generally some guns.
Just in case.
I took my firearm proficiency test with the barman. He said, "Do you like shooting?" No, he said, "Can you shoot?" I said, "I've never shot, but I think I can." That was good enough. Got me a gun.
And the Outback is an experience that, for all of us, I think, was incredible. There are only certain places in your life that you'll ever go where you can stand there and go, 99% of the world's population have never been here. And it's actually quite a humbling experience, that.
You have to do that here. If you can't see it actually coming out the end, it's not rude.
How was it?
The wee, it was refreshing, it was good.
Great.
I feel great.
Bonding experience.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good laugh. It's good. Yeah, good times. Good times.
At the moment, believe it or not, this set in East London is actually quite cold, but I am in shorts, whereas the crew will be in like all their North Face stuff and stuff like that. So when we were in the Outback, they all had like the fly net on their hats and like big proper Australian cowboy style sun hats, sunglasses, all the things that we weren't really allowed to use, and we were just kind of exposed to the sun to an extent.
Yeah, I always wondered, when I was growing up, I always saw Michael Jackson walking around with an umbrella. Why are you walking around with an umbrella? It's not actually raining. And then you realise it's to keep the sun off you. So if you see footage of the boys with people holding umbrellas over them the whole time, that is the reason for it.
We're driving up. This is our last time we're doing this drive. It's quite an extraordinary drive to work. One of the more beautiful drives to work, I'd say. I walked over to the boys yesterday. This must have been during the peak of the 40s, and they were all sat there relaxing, 4 of them. And I looked at them and I genuinely thought, where's the other one? And I was looking at them thinking, why is there's not a spare chair, but I know there's another one. And then I was thinking, who is the other one though? I can't even remember. That's bad. I can't remember who the 5th in-betweener is. And I was like, oh, there's only 4, isn't there? Okay, I'm dying. Get me a drink.
I think we took with us, I think it was 6,000 litres of water.
I think it was on day 3 in the desert when it was sort of peaking, hottest day we had. I came back from lunch and I saw what the Australians call an esky, which is basically an icebox. Well, I'll just lift the lid up and see what's inside, like some drinks. There were no drinks, but there was just lots of water. And I thought, well, it's not that cold, so it must be melted ice that people have put bottles of water in. But what I could use this for is probably just to get my head wet. So I stuck my head in it, and I got it wet, and I thought, that was great, I'll do that again. And I did that and pulled my head out, and when Patrick, our first AD, was walking by, I was like, Patrick, you got to do this is a really good idea. And he just looked at me and just said, is that the crew's drinking water?
Oh my gosh. A lake! A fucking lake! I can't believe we never spotted that! Thank you, Bear Grylls!
Blake, yeah, Blake, come here.
Well done.
Come over, come
Well
over,
done.
sit down.
Blake,
have a
where'd you come
brandy.
over?
Blake.
Right.
Blake, just sit down now.
Well done,
Sit.
Blake. Well done.
Oh,
well
thank
done.
you so much. Well done. You've done.
Well
You
done.
did a bloody good show, Blake.
Very funny. Do I look upset? Yeah.
What have you done to your hands?
Oh, I've just got a couple of little prickly bits in it, but yeah, it's all worth it if you guys are happy. Then that's.
Well, we enjoyed it immensely.
Blake,
Oh.
hold on. But seriously, hold on.
Yeah, no.
That was really good.
Oh,
that was
thank
really
you.
fucking good. That
Thank
was
you.
spot on. That was excellent. You've got the part.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Thank you so much. Oh my god! Oh my god! I got the part. Oh my god! Actually, one of the challenges in the desert is small tornadoes that suddenly spring up.
Oh, the
that
Willy
everyone calls
Willies.
Willy Willies. I don't know if they're joking with us by calling them that. Basically, they're sort of like small sand tornadoes, and every now and again, the first AD Patrick would just shout, "Clear, clear! Hold down!
Hold everything
Hold
down."
everything down!" You'd have to sort of grab things and sort of put your full weight on them.
Yeah.
It is like being in the film Twister.
Yeah.
Like you can actually get in the tornadoes. They're kind of little tornadoes. They're gentle. They can do a lot of damage.
People's hats
They've
away.
taken hats, but they haven't taken lives.
Jay, did you really come all this way just to find me?
Yeah. But not because I miss you, but everything's been rubbish since you left, Jane. Weird.
We do need a plan. I saw that film where the bloke got stuck in the desert but lived. What did he do? Cut his arm off with a penknife. Right.
So we're about to do a scene where Simon is so thirsty in the desert that he says to Neil that if Neil can piss, then he'll drink it. Because Blake's a bit like not really committed to the role. He's got a prosthetic penis ready to use. It had I saw the foreskin being put on it. I was privy to that.
Isn't it?
It's pretty horrible. The thing is, a prosthetic penis is much more disgusting than a real penis.
Real penis, beautiful.
Beautiful. Most people think in the universe, in my opinion. I don't think you should make fake penises. I find it offensive.
I like
apparently
the ones,
Amish or something.
I like the ones
to get his cock out.
that you switch on. They shake a lot.
Yeah, they're good.
And
Yeah,
they
they're
hum.
fun. Yeah, they're all right. Yeah,
The ones that
they're
like,
fun,
but usually they're sort of like purple.
If you want a bit of fun, they're some good fun.
It was a prosthetic, which I honestly sort of think makes it weirder in some ways. So it was a Madame Tussauds. I don't know whether Madame Tussauds do penises. If they did, it would look like that.
So how far can you get your tongue out, Joe? That's good.
Simon's there, ready to drink the piss, and Neil goes, "I'm so sorry, Simon, I can't go." And Simon's like, "That's all right, mate. Look, it's all right. I don't mind. Look, it's nice of you to try. Forget about it." And then Neil does go, and basically just drenches Simon in piss.
Sorry, I got no more piss.
That's all right, mate. Thanks for trying.
It was quite weird because the piss they were using was tea, so it did look like piss, and also it was like really hot, and it was a really hot day, so it was kind of. To be honest, it felt boiling when it was. I mean, I don't know what temperature it was. In a way, they'd added to the discomfort.
When we filmed us boys dying, it went in a slightly different direction to which I thought it was going to go. In that I just found it really, really sad. I found it incredibly sad. And I just thought, I just cried. I cried all day during that scene. And I've never cried properly, like in a scene before or acting but I was just an absolute wreck.
That was a challenging scene for us because it's not sort of obviously that funny because they all think they're going to die. And it was interesting because I think we all weirdly sort of rose to the challenge and almost enjoyed filming that scene more than the ones where we're trying to be funny. The thing is, there's more pressure trying to be funny than trying to be sad.
Because I just hated the idea of the Inbetweeners dying, and I just thought, yeah, they're idiots, and they're stupid, but their hearts are in the right place, and they've gone on this trip for good reasons, for right reasons, but because they're so stupid, they've actually got themselves into serious trouble, and it looks like they're going to die because of it. There's a bit in it where Simon Bird turns to me and asks me if I want to hold his hand. It just broke my heart. It absolutely killed me when we were doing it. And I was just a wreck.
And we all had these kind of different motivations for like feeling sad. And I think first of all, Simon Bird was being quite stoical, and he was. He was being quite stony-faced, but then, which I think is appropriate actually for Will, who's a bit like, Will's basically at that point like, oh, bugger. And then, but the other three of us, I remember like, James, well no, I suppose I was sort of thinking, you know, oh, if I died, you know, I suppose I'd think I've had quite a good life really, and I've met nice people, and people have been nice to me, and so that was my sort of thing, to make myself sad. And Blake's motivation to make himself cry was just thinking about to be fair, children's film Up. James was fully in character. I was just thinking about myself and my own life, and Blake was thinking about sort of children's films. That was sort of quite appropriate. And Bird just wasn't playing, just like, well, bugger. What we mainly learned is that we really like sort of hugging each other and going, I love you, man. I think the directors were quite worried that the scene is just too much of a love-in. After all, they banned us from saying I love you, which does seem sad in some ways, but it's their script ultimately, and the words I love you over and over again are not in the script, so probably stop saying it.
Oh God. And then give us a lonely planet. Yeah.
Jay's already got me there.
And the bags are coming in as well. All of them, mate.
Your friends are back.
Huge.
Genuinely, genuinely though.
We don't need James back.
I am at my wit's end.
Yeah, a nice, comfortable scene for you, Blake. Hot suitcase acting.
I just
get
we're
it
not
done by
going for a
6.
win, we're going for a draw, we're going for a point.
We're a 0-0 home draw.
We only need a point to win the season, so just coast, basically. Absolutely despondent.
You genuinely, there's a genuine question, are you right?
No.
What's wrong?
No, I just got a bad headache.
I was told Comic Relief I'd raised £3 million by selling selfies of my cock.
My cock.
Yeah, I'm disabled. Irritable bowel is a disease, not just a grumble tum. Although that one was just a fart.
You're fucking mentally disabled, mate. The things you say are honestly beyond the pale. They are preposterous.
And start pretending.
No, it's just
straight line
down the middle.
Joe, Joe, now somehow a clear glass wall has been put between you and the zip. And you can't get out. You can't get out.
We want to go travelling. You want to go to Splash Planet, which means the best place to stay is here, Byron Bay.
I want to say thank you all very much for all your hard work over the last few weeks or months. I just want to say that scene completes the film. So a nice big round of applause. That is a wrap on Inbetweeners 2. Whoa! Yes! Yes!
Finished. We're finished. I'm finished. I'm spent. I'm no, I can't say that. I can't use that. Start again. Well,
we're finished.
We're finished. The film's over.
In all
It's been a
seriousness, if you do need some joinery, some kitchen fitted, or
tutoring, maths,
tutor, chippy, what are you getting into?
refereeing, scary man or dancer.
I'm just hoping to do various other jobs that don't include certain other people in the cast. So
I'm just worried about the production.
Blake will be fine. He'll do loads of other stuff. He's done loads of other stuff in between the films.
He's a good actor.
Not too busy to not turn up to this.
Yeah.
Managed to make it here, didn't you?
Yeah.
But
wanted a t-shirt, didn't I? So.
All right, I'm going.
I won't do the press.
I won't be doing any press. I'm not doing any press. No, I don't believe in it.
We need to sort out that holiday. We're going to go.
We'll do that.
We'll
We'll
go on
sort something. I'm
holiday.
not doing that. I'm out.
Oh, okay.
This is it for me.
Coming to that.
All right.
Yeah. You know, I've enjoyed working in
Are you doing it, Blake?
Holiday?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Where are we going?
I think.
Got to go. Thank you.
Okay.
Really got to nip off.
All right. Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
See you.
Bye for good.
Bye, Jason. Joe. Sorry, Joe. Anyway, I've got to go too. So I'll see you guys.
See you later.
James. See you later, mate.
See you later, man.
Well, it's about time I clean this place up. So,